Why Tesla won't lose sleep over other automakers achieving massive range ratings. April 17, 2022. Tesla is normally confronted with plenty of interesting and challenging metrics from competitors, especially in terms of range and speed, with the Mercedes-Benz Vision EQXX accomplishing a major feat of over 1,000 kilometers driven on a single charge earlier this week. Many may wonder if Tesla engineers are scrambling around attempting to crank out some new EV with 2,000 kilometers of range. I can assure you they are not. The accomplishments of Mercedes-Benz in its electric vehicle program are not to be slighted. While the luxury automaker is working to develop and ramp its EQ lineup, which will consist of fully and partially electric vehicles, Mercedes is definitely coming out with some pretty interesting and eye-grabbing records and points of strength, especially indicated in its most recent range ratings and assessments of its semi-autonomous driving functionality. Its most recent release from April 13 tells us the story of the Vision EQXX and how it drove 626 total miles on a charge. Elon Musk even stated recently that having too much range is not necessarily a good thing for electric vehicles. We could have made a 600-mile Model S 12 months ago, but that would have made the product worse, as 99.9% of time you'd be carrying unneeded battery mass, which makes acceleration, handling and efficiency worse. Musk said recently, even our 400-plus mile range car is more than almost anyone will use. ABC News says the average American only travels 16 miles per day for work. U.S. Census data even says Americans only spend around 27.6 minutes driving to work one way. Tesla has held this perspective for some time. Mass is the enemy of both efficiency and performance, and minimizing the weight of every component is an ongoing goal for our design and engineering teams. It said in a blog post announcing the 400-mile Model S in June 2020. Several lessons from the engineering design and manufacturing of Model 3 and Model Y have now been carried over to Model S and Model X. This has unlocked new areas of mass reduction while maintaining the premium feel and performance of both vehicles. Additional weight savings have also been achieved through the standardization of Tesla's in-house seat manufacturing and lighter weight materials used in our battery pack and drive units. While there is certainly no reason to knock on Mercedes-Benz's accomplishments, there needs to be a relative sense of what is ultimately appropriate in terms of EV range. Endurance runs are completely legitimate and interesting ways to prove your battery and efficiency metrics, but they're not something proven EV companies will look at down the road. The successful automakers will be focusing on avoiding supply chain issues, ramping battery supply chain manufacturing, becoming more vertically integrated, and working to create price parity between EVs and their gas counterparts. Source reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Tesla RT. My take: good job Mercedes. Can you make these cars at scale and at a profit? Twitter to adopt strategy to fend off Elon Musk. April 17, 2022. Twitter's board will adopt the poison pill strategy to fend off Tesla CEO Elon Musk's $43 billion bid to buy the social media platform. A new statement from Twitter released just after noon on Friday in New York said the company plans to adopt limited-duration shareholder rights plan, enabling all shareholders realize full value of company. Twitter today announced that its board of directors has unanimously adopted a limited-duration shareholder rights plan. The board adopted the rights plan following an unsolicited, non-binding proposal to acquire Twitter. The company said in a statement, "The rights plan does not prevent the board from engaging with parties or accepting an acquisition proposal if the board believes that it is in the best interests of Twitter and its shareholders. A poison pill method allows shareholders to purchase more shares at a steep discount, making the likelihood of a hostile takeover decrease." Pizza chain Papa John's used the strategy in June 2018 to prevent ousted founder John Schnatter from gaining control of the company. Netflix also used the poison pill strategy in 2012. The rights plan is intended to enable all shareholders to realize the full value of their investment in Twitter. The platform said, "The rights plan will reduce the likelihood that any entity, person or group gains control of Twitter through open market accumulation without paying all shareholders an appropriate control premium or without providing the board sufficient time to make informed judgments and take actions that are in the best interests of shareholders." Source reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Tesla RT. My take: what happens when Elon gives up and publicly sells all his shares? Tesla unveils Megapack project powering 60,000 homes. April 17, 2022. Arrivan and Rosendin launched a joint project using Tesla Megapack. The 360 MWh townsite solar plus storage project launched in Nevada powering 60,000 homes, avoiding 400k tons of CO2 emissions per year. Arrivan, a leading renewable energy company, and Rosendin, the largest employee-owned electrical contractor and one of the fastest-growing renewable energy groups in the country, announced the completion of townsite solar plus storage in Boulder City, Nevada. The facility, which uses Tesla's energy storage technology, was inaugurated on January 11, 2022. The new facility, located 20 miles south of Las Vegas, will generate more than 500,000 MWh of renewable energy per year, enough to power 60,000 homes annually, and will serve 2 local municipalities and an electricity cooperative while preventing 400,000 tons of carbon dioxide per year, according to a press release from the companies and a video provided by Tesla. Arrivan is grateful to everyone who has worked so hard to complete townsite solar plus storage, and we are thrilled that the local community can now benefit from this new clean energy source, said Justin Johnson, Chief Operating Officer of Arrivan. The infrastructure required to provide electricity to our homes and businesses reflects one of the largest labor and capital investments in human history. Transitioning to renewables is a similarly massive undertaking. We applaud Nevada's efforts to boost clean energy and develop new opportunities for companies focused on building a brighter future. At Rosendin, we value strong relationships with trade partners like Arrivan and the IBEW. We wish to thank every individual craft worker for their hard work and dedication in completing Nevada's newest solar energy and battery storage system, said David Lincoln, Rosendin's Renewable Energy Group SVP. The federal government's support to drive zero-carbon energy production by 2035 will significantly accelerate opportunities for innovation and future collaborations across the country. Source reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: Tesla's energy business will become a giant in years to come. Tesla ends lease buyouts for all vehicles. April 17, 2022. Customers who are leasing a Tesla from April 15, 2022, should know they no longer have the option to buy the vehicle at the end of the lease contract. The EV maker has updated the language on its website in the section dedicated to lease end options under the eligibility chapter as follows. All Tesla vehicles delivered on or after April 15, 2022 are not eligible for purchase. Third-party dealerships and third-party individuals are not eligible to purchase leased vehicles. Mind you, the decision does not apply to users who signed a lease contract before April 15, 2022. They will still be able to buy the vehicle when their lease is over, although a purchase fee of $350 applies to cars delivered after April 13, 2019. If you leased your vehicle before April 15, 2022, you may be eligible to purchase your leased Tesla. Review your lease agreement to see if you qualify. For those customers who want to own the vehicle, Tesla continues to offer the option to buy it outright with cash or finance the acquisition with a loan. Source reposted and summarized from Dan Mihalascu at Inside EVs. My take: Tesla must think that these cars will have more value to them at the end of the lease, maybe to be put into robo-taxi service.